Hey guys, I had finished my little mini packing series last week and then I got a lot of requests to see an updated look at my toiletries since I kind of showed the cases in some of my packing videos and there was a lot of curiosity around that. So I thought I would go ahead and do that, and I'm also going to be linking an accompanying blog post below with links to all of the cases and describing them. So if you want to get a similar kind of case or the same case, in some cases the exact patterns are no longer available, but the same size cases are still available, I'm pretty sure. So that blog post will be below. It's on organizedgen.com if you're curious. So I'm not going to go through and show you how I like decant all of my toiletries and stuff, because I did that at one point and I will try to find that video and link it below. I basically do the same thing. Most of the time I will have like the miniature version of whatever product that I'm using, like a travel size version of it, and then I'll just refill it from my main size of that bottle, like shampoo or conditioner, that sort of thing. I do decant all of my skincare items into separate things, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. And a lot of the times with just like bath and body products, I get a lot of sample size things, you know, just from purchasing things and their gift with purchases or as gifts from family or friends, and I just have like a little bin that I keep in my closet that's labeled travel toiletries, and I keep another little bin inside that bigger bin with all of my extra like little travel size things, and it's fun to experiment with new things when you're traveling. I do like to travel with my own things. I don't like to trust necessarily the products that wherever we're going, the hotel that we're staying at, that they provide, unless I'm already familiar that I like those products. One place that comes to mind is when we traveled to Pebble Beach in Northern California. I will bring my own shampoo and conditioner, but I won't bring bath, like shower gel or lotion or anything, because I know I like their shower gel and lotion, but more often than not I bring my own because I'm kind of picky and I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I know it's going to seem like I have an excessive amount of toiletries, and for some people it might be way too many things. The thing is, we all have slightly different needs and slightly different you know, things that make us comfortable. So I travel with what makes me feel comfortable, and believe it or not, I use between 90 to 100% of everything I pack, including toiletries and then other things. I always like to have just a little bit extra of things that I think I might need but not necessarily will need unless, you know, there's a certain circumstance. So I try not to overpack, but overpacking for me would look very different for like, you know, compared to overpacking for somebody else, if that makes sense. So just keep that in mind that, you know, you have to figure out what it is that makes you comfortable. I like to be as comfortable as possible when I'm traveling. Traveling makes me a little bit nervous. It's exciting, but I like to have some of my comforts from home, especially when it comes to toiletries and skincare and things like that. I like to have my own things. So that's why I pack as much as I do. So first of all, I'll show you the simplest thing that I pack, and this is Dawn's Toiletry Kit. It is by Eagle Creek. It's from their packet system. I use their packet cube system. I love their stuff. Eagle Creek makes, I mean, our suitcases are Eagle Creek, our packet cubes, and Dawn's Toiletry Kit. I like this because it's super lightweight. It has just enough room for all of his things. This is all of his stuff you would need for even like a 2-week trip. I mean, the man does not have a lot of toiletries. He's a very low maintenance guy. I like that it has one main compartment and then the 2 very shallow ones on the side. So on this side I store his comb, and on this side I'll store his razor and extra razor cartridges depending on how many days we are away. And it's nicely shaped so it fits really well at the bottom of the bag. I like to kind of pack between the rungs of the suitcase with whatever I can that fits, like shoes, flip-flops, this sort of thing. And a well-packed bag, you never have to worry too much about packing toiletries on the bottom because they will not get squished if your bag is well-packed. So Dawn just has kind of the man staples: deodorant. This is his lotion he likes. We've been both having some like dry skin issues, so he's been using, we actually use the eczema therapy version of this at home, but this is the only one I could find in travel size. Listerine. You can see I've already started kind of prepping a little bit for our next trip. We usually go through one of these per trip, one of these little travel sizes of Listerines. Shave gel, his toothbrush. I have a little toothbrush compartment thing on it that is from the Container Store, and then I decanted some of his hair gel into a bottle also from the Container Store. And a lot of the little bottles I show you are either from the Container Store or from REI. But everything really fits well in here. This is everything he needs. And just like all of the rest of my toiletries, since we travel kind of frequently, I have separate or duplicate products for travel. So this stuff just stays in this travel bag all the time in that bin in our closet that I mentioned before for toiletries, as well as all of these other things. These are basically duplicates because it just saves me so much time. We travel so often that it made sense to have smaller size duplicates of everything we have, because we actually use them quite a bit. So if it makes sense for you, then do it. If it doesn't make sense for you, if you travel like once a year or maybe once every other year, maybe it doesn't make sense for you. So you kind of have to just see what works for you. Now I have like several different kits that I could or could not bring with me depending on where we're traveling to and for how long. There are 2 or 3 that always come with me. Well, 3 or 4 really, that always come with me. This big guy from Kate Spade, I actually bought this in the store. I think it was last January. It was on clearance. It was like either 50 or 70% off, and it was a really good deal because these are expensive bags. It actually comes with another case inside of it. I don't have it here to show you. That's sort of this sized. I love that it's laminated on the outside. I love how colorful it is. This is all of my main bathroom needs in it. Anything that I need on a daily basis that I'm going to use in the bathroom. So hair care, tooth care, all of that. And I like having this big case because I just leave everything in the case whenever we get to our destination and keep the case on the counter or the bathroom shelf or whatever space is available to me in the bathroom. That way I don't have to unpack 8,000 things because I tend to have a lot of toiletries. Like I mentioned before, that's what keeps me comfortable. On the top of the case, I just have a little hair tie, just an extra one just in case. I need an extra one for some reason. And then the bag actually has quite a bit of room on the top, and that's where I pack the only couple of things that I take out of the bag once we get to our destination. I have this little Tupperware bin from Keeper Flexible Sealware, and this is from the Container Store, and this has my Shiseido facial cottons in it. I'm very picky about what facial cottons I use. I used to travel with them in plastic baggies, but they got like shredded and like squished to death. So, I mean, this is like the one exception for something that's definitely going to get squished no matter how well you pack it, unless you have it in a Tupperware container. This is pretty lightweight. I can fit up to like 10 to 12 days worth in here. They squish down really flat. I will put this on the counter next to my skincare case, which I'll show you guys next, and I'll just have it closed so they don't get wet or damaged. This and then my Turbie twist hair towel, and this is a turban style hair towel, microfiber. I travel with this. I use these at home too. I have one just designated for travel. It's just what I'm used to. It's what I'm comfortable with. My hair is very fine and fragile, and I don't like twisting it up in a standard towel. It's too big and bulky and pulls too much of my hair, so this doesn't take up much room and it's not very heavy. So those are the 2 things that don't stay in the case when it's on the counter wherever we're going. Because this I hang up, obviously it gets wet and stuff. So I'm going to try to show you the inside of the bag without dumping everything out. So I kind of have it organized vertically. So before, when I said there's nothing else I take out of the bag, I lied. I do take out my toothbrush, our toothpaste, because Don and I share toothpaste, but I usually keep it in my case. My floss and my tongue scraper. Those are my like dental hygiene necessities that I have on vacation. At home I have a much more in-depth dental hygiene routine that involves an electronic toothbrush and a water pick, and I can't, it's just too much to travel with those things. So I do adjust a little bit, but I bring as much as I can with me. Everything other than those things stay in this case. Now I'm not going to pull everything out and show you guys, but I basically have dental, tooth, and sort of like Band-Aid kinds of things in this front portion, and there is a built-in divider. And in the back I have everything else. well, I guess I can pull out a few things to show you. So I, again, have a toothbrush like Dawn in a little case covering it. We travel with toothpaste. Obviously, I have floss and my tongue scraper like I mentioned. I have a comb that goes in the shower that I leave in the shower. It has like a hook on it. Well, I guess I could pull that out to show you. I have 3 combs, so I keep one in the shower so I don't have to keep, you know, bringing them in and out. I have the comb I keep in the bag for when I'm out of the shower, and then I have this little comb that I use to put my part in and to like fix any bumps and stuff in a hairdo. I have a little mini hairbrush that I use for when my hair is damp or I'm styling it, and then I have my normal hairbrush, my Goody round brush. And I keep all these things in here except for that shower comb. I just find it's not a big deal. It's packed in such a way that I can access everything easily. I always travel with Band-Aids and Neosporin because I'm accident prone. I have a little bathroom spray. This is from Fortune Cookie Soap Company. Comes in handy when you're traveling with a man. I always bring my own Q-tips. I have to refill this, but I bought this one little case like many years ago, and I just keep refilling it with Q-tips. You don't have to buy a new little case every time you travel. So those are all of the things mainly in the first compartment. And then in the second compartment here is sort of everything else. So I have this is actually a really interesting thing that from the Container Store that you can use to take deodorant like markings off your clothing. It's just like a little sponge, but it's kind of a neat thing to have, especially when you're traveling. Then I have sort of everyday necessities and things that I don't use every day. So I have my 2 little kinds of deodorant. I have travel versions of them. I have the same kinds at home, the Dove Ultimate Go Fresh, and then the La Vanilla Healthy Deodorant. I like to have both kinds with me when I'm traveling. I have some bath products. You guys know I love to take baths, so I have some mini bath fizzies and mini bubble bar sorts of things that I can use if wherever we're going has a bathtub. I usually try to book a room with a bathtub. I have extra Advil. I always have Advil in my walking pharmacy, but take some extra with me. Body butter, just body lotion that I use after I get out of the shower. I always travel with a little mini candle because I like taking my baths. And then there's some things that, some hair care things. I have my Carol's Daughter Manoy repairing split end sealer and a little travel thing. That was a sample that I got from Sephora, and I just keep refilling the sample sized thing with the actual product. I have a small size of hairspray. I have a sample size of dry shampoo. That was from like an like a Birchbox. Static Guard. I only travel with this when I know I'm going to be wearing something that might be prone to static clinginess, like a dress or a skirt or something that could, if you know what I mean. So there are certain things I can pull out if I don't need them. My thickening hair compound by Alterna, Hemp Organics, and then a body spray. This is the Winter Candy Apple Fine Fragrance Mist from Bath & Body Works. I also have this little Diamond Dazzle Stick by Connoisseurs, and this is a diamond, this kind of got a little smushed, but this is Cleans Your Diamonds, which is a nice on the travel way to do it. I always carry a little mirror with me because I like to look at the back of my head, and most hotel mirrors don't allow for that sort of, you know, setup like maybe you have in your home. And then some emergency things, some Woolite, shout wipes, that sort of thing. And I also have some nail scissors and what are they called? Nail clippers. So sort of just regular everyday stuff, and everything just kind of has a place in here. I know it might seem a little jam-packed, but to me it's easy to locate everything. And I never have an issue with it, and I just keep it out on the counter, and for me that works, and I don't have to pull 20,000 things out of a bag because, as you can see, I like to carry a lot with me. Now, I said that was my main toiletry bag, and that is. I have another one. This one's from Glitzy Glam, and this just holds my skincare items. And this, again, I keep everything in here. I don't take anything out except for, this is a spa head wrap, also from Glitzy Glam, and I use this to keep the hair out of my face when I'm washing my face morning and night. And well, I'm going to try to show you without dumping everything out. Oh, you can kind of see. I have decanted all of my mainly Origin skincare item into little bottles that I got either from REI. I believe these were from REI because they're by Nalgene. These are the 2 toners that I use day and night. These little bottles are great. I got these at REI too, but I know I've seen them at the Container Store. And these will all be in the blog post. If I can find them online, I will link them in the blog post for you guys. Eye makeup remover, eye cream, lotion, things I've decanted myself. And then I have some things like sometimes Origins gives you little sample size products with a purchase or something. And I save those. I have a little baggie of them in my toiletry case in our closet. And some of them actually coordinate to be what I'm using at the current moment, and they're great for travel. So I have a lot of those little guys as well. And then I always have makeup removing wipes. I like the Yes to Cucumber comes with makes these little travel size. So there's 8 towelettes in this one little bag. Now if we're going somewhere for longer than 8 days, which isn't usual, but just in case we are, I'll throw another package in to this bag. But I also always have one in my makeup travel kit, which I'm not showing you guys today. I actually just posted a what's in my makeup travel kit from my LA trip on the Busy Bee Buzz, and I will link that video down below too. But just having these 2 cases like on the counter, packed but easy for me to access things, just helps me stay organized at the hotel. Keeps the counter like rid of clutter, like there's not a million little bottles that the cleaning people have to like work around. I try to leave the hotel rooms as neat as possible when traveling, just out of consideration. And there's that. Now I did mention there's a couple other cases I always travel with. This is my Clarisonic Mia. I have this just for travel. It fits perfectly in a small size Vera Bradley Cosmetic case. This is the smallest size Clarisonic face brush they have. Like I said, we travel quite a lot, so it was worth the investment for me. Now that might not be the case for other people who have similar, skincare needs. I could totally just pack my regular Clarisonic, but this just makes it easier for me, and it was worth the investment, like I said. So I always bring that with me, and then I always bring this little case. Actually, I kind of alternate between what size case I use, depending on what size travel size products I have, but this actually is not for toiletries necessarily. I keep this in the bedside table or whatever it is that's by my side of the bed and wherever we're staying, what hotel. And this has my nighttime Pre Bed Necessities, which include cuticle cream, a different kind of cuticle cream, hand lotion, foot lotion. I'm using Spa Ritual right now because that's what I had in my collection. I'm trying to use up some older products. And overnight lip balm. So those are just things that I keep in my nightstand. And again, I keep these in the case too. It just keeps them corralled. I love my cases. I don't feel the need to unpack things if I don't have to. Most of the time I will bring this. This is a newer case for me. Again, by Vera Bradley, you can kind of tell. This I use for hair stuff. I used to just smush my hair stuff in like little pouches into my big cosmetic case. I find that this works better. It doesn't take up any room. It's really negligible in terms of weight, and it just keeps everything organized. I actually have the contents separated into little baggies depending on what they are, just for ease for me of finding things. Things aren't jumbled together. I mean, I like that this has 3 zip compartments, but I have such like small sized hair accessories that I like to have little even smaller compartments to keep them in. And depending on where I'm going and what I'm wearing, I will switch up what things I throw in here. There's some things I leave in here all of the time. So this top section is one of those sections. This is just like some little hair clips and barrettes. And then I have tiny little ponytail holders and different kinds of bobby pins in one. So that always lives in here. I still have this packed from my LA trip, actually. I just realized I had to take the headbands out because that was the only extra thing I put in. And the bottom has my hair ties. These are by both sort of a selection between MEJ and Main Message. I really like the Main Message ones. Those are the new ones I've been using lately. And I use a lot of hair ties, so I like having a bunch. And then recently I put my little sock bun in here, and this I just made out of a man's sock. I cut the toe off and rolled it up, and that's what you use to make a sock bun. I always keep a little hair clip in there, and then anything else that I throw in. I have other little baggies in my toiletry bin in the closet that I can put things into to put in here, but this past trip I just threw in a couple headbands for extra things, and that's all I brought. So I most of the time bring this unless we're going for such a short time that I only really need like a hair clip and like a couple hair ties, in which case I'll just throw them in my big case. But anything longer than like 4 days, I will bring this. And it just really doesn't weigh anything. Another thing that sometimes comes with me is this case. Again, another Vera Bradley. This is in the medium cosmetic case. I like the Vera Bradley cases a lot for travel. They are lightly padded. They're quilted, so it adds a nice light layer of padding. They're like super cute patterns and stuff. They're made really well because I find the zippers work really well. They don't break or anything. That's my one issue with the Glitzy Glam case. I like this a lot, and I like that it's lined in a plastic lining that I can easily wipe down, but I find the little zipper really hard to use, so that's why I add little things to it to make it easier to open. I don't have that issue with the Vera Bradley cases. This is my shower case. Now, in the event that I'm going to be traveling somewhere where I know I want my full shower kit with me, I bring this. If I'm just going somewhere where I just want my shampoo and conditioner with me, I'll throw it in here. The only things that aren't in here right now that I have to resupply for my upcoming trip is a mini loofah. I get a new one twice a year, so every 6 months I will replace those. I don't use them as often, obviously, as my like at-home loofah, which I replace more often. So I need to buy a new one of those. I usually find them at Target. They're like $1.50, maybe less. And I need a, I recently changed what razor I use. I can't remember what it is now off the top of my head, but it's kind of blue. It was actually in a Birchbox, I think. And I got one for free from Birchbox. I think it was Birchbox. And I like to have an additional one for travel. So I just recently changed my razor after like 8 years using this. The Schick Quattro was the one I used for 8 years. Now I'm using, I think it's still a Schick razor, but it's a different one. It's a newer one. So I need a new one of those, long story short. So those are the only two things that aren't in here. So whenever I go to Disney, I always bring a full bag of toiletries because I'm not a huge fan of their toiletries they provide. I have a mini I Love Juicy shampoo, and I just refill that with a big bottle, and a mini American Cream conditioner that I'm still using up. And I have a mini Piv 1 shower gel from Lussie 10. That was a part of an Advent gift from Dawn over December. I have a few little things that were samples from different places. This was from Pebble Beach. This is a shave cream. I have a few of those in my little backup bin for when that runs out. And a couple little I like traveling with little skincare samples for the shower, just if I want to, sometimes I want to wash my face in the shower, not very often, but sometimes I do. So I have a little face polish from Laura Mercier and a sample cleanser from Chanel. And then I have a little shower cap. This is from Kohler. So you can see I just keep, I keep some things from different places in my little bin that I keep in my closet. I keep calling it a little bin. It's not little at all. It's rather large. But I have like other bins and cases in it that I keep my extra travel toiletry supplies like corralled in. So that sometimes comes with me, not all the time. Something else that sometimes comes with me and not all the time is this case. This is another Vera Bradley case. I love this. This is my nail polish travel kit, my manicure travel kit, because I do like to paint my own nails, and I tend to wait until I get to my destination to do my nails because I will chip them terribly when packing. I find, and when traveling at the airport and stuff. So I usually either repaint or paint my nails once I get wherever I'm going. So this is actually a little hanging kit. I will, of course, link this as well as the other cases in that blog post, but I don't normally use the hanging portion. And again, I don't travel with this all the time, especially if I'm not going anywhere for a long period of time where I don't think I'm going to be painting my nails. I took this to LA and Disney. It's still packed from that trip. I like the little compartments, and it holds nail polish really well. Again, because of the quilting, it's got a nice bit of padding to it. In the top here, I have a little Tweezerman manicure kit. It has a little metal nail file and little cuticle clippers and a little cuticle pusher from Spa Ritual, I have, this Cuticle Oil. It's kind of a Cuticle cocktail pen. So it's got cuticle oil in it, which is a nice little brush applicator. You just kind of squeeze it up. So those stay in the top portion. And then in this portion, I just have some little nail stickers in case I want to do something kind of fun. I love painting my nails. If you watch me on my other channels, you probably have figured that out by now. So I just keep some in there for fun. And then the bottom portion is really the interesting portion. So there's this clear kind of flat pouch at the front, and that's where I keep my little nail file by Colt Nails. It's a glass nail file. Best nail file ever. And then this part, so I'm going to take the two things out of it. It's got a lot of room. You could probably fit at least half a dozen nail polishes in there if you really wanted to. I usually travel with 2 or 3 depending on how long I'm going away. And I have come to keep them in these little plastic baggies that I get at Michael's for very inexpensive and like large quantities. Just for an extra precaution, because nail polish out of everything tends to have I tend to have the most trouble with it when traveling. So I just find that just for peace of mind and just to make sure everything stays nice. I mean, I've had some nail polish explode in here before, and I'm still using this bag and it's still in great shape. So, and it was just a top coat, I think. So, but ever since then, I just use the extra baggies as, you know, extra precaution. So these were the 2 shades that I traveled with me to LA and Disney with. So that will change out depending, you know, I'll pick whatever nail polish I want to bring with me depending on where I'm going and what I'm feeling like. The rest of the things stay in here all the time. I have a Cuticle Halftime Polish Drying Accelerator. This is a little sample size. When you purchase Zoya nail polish off their website, they will send lots of free samples. They're really nice about that, and they usually send this if you spend over a certain amount. I've been testing out these Josie Maran Barenaked nail wipes, which are really interesting. They're like oil makeup removers, so they don't strip your nails. They're not like they're not acetone or any harsh chemicals. It's really interesting. It's a 3-in-1 polish remover, cuticle, and nail treatment. And they actually work. It takes a lot longer to get your nail polish off, but there's no liquid, which I like because they don't leak. Otherwise, I like traveling with the Deborah Lippmann Stripper to Go little packets that are individually sealed up. But I've been using that. I found these at Sephora in like the little bin section up by the registers, and I like it a lot. And then of course I have a base and a top coat. Right now I have Sally Hansen Insta Dry top coat and Horsepower Nail Fertilizer base coat by Butter London. So again, this is not something I take with me every single time I travel. Oh, I guess I can leave those out now. But it's a great little case for nail polish. I mean, you could use it for jewelry, for makeup, for other things as well. I really like it a lot for the nail polish. And lastly, I know, we're almost there, I promise. I bring this case with me when we're traveling someplace where I know we're going to be out in the sun quite a bit, specifically by a pool or a beach. If we're not going to be sitting out by a pool or a beach sort of situation, but I still think we need sunscreen, I'll just pack sunscreen in a little baggie. I won't bring this whole big thing. This is specifically for a pool or beach bag. And it's basically a duplicate of what I have for my stay-at-home pool/beach bag. This I got at the Container Store during the travel sale last year. I'm pretty sure they still have this case. Again, it'll be in that blog post. I like that it's clear. I like that it's kind of heavy duty. It's great for pool or beach scenarios. It's got a zipper in the front. I have some eyeglass cleaner things in the front, and then a main compartment. And in it, I have an Evian facial spray, my Healthy Sexy Hair leave-in conditioner. This is great for after swimming, and chlorine. A Bass hairbrush. I usually have a big comb in here, but I must have taken it out for some reason. I have Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Body Mist Sunblock and Dry Touch Sunblock, face, body. I have a thing of Kleenex and a high SPF, F45 SPF Hawaiian Tropic lip balm. So those are just specifically if, you know, for that kind of situation, because some vacations we go on, we need that sort of thing. This little guy I actually bought when I was in LA. This is some Sunbum sunscreen face stick, and it's SPF 30. I have this in there right now, but this is something that I would take with me even if I wasn't bringing this. I'd put this in my big kit. Just to have with me when traveling, even if it's not going to be terribly sunny or warm, just to have some sort of extra sunscreen. I mean, some of my face products have, you know, my like skincare has SPF in it, but this is good for me and for Dawn. I like that it's light and little. I can throw it in my bag when we're out on the go. It's a great little product. And that, my friends, is all of my toiletry cases. Now, I know that a lot of people think this is excessive, but again, you have to figure out what works for you. I really believe that we're all a little bit different. We all have slightly different needs. I love learning about what other people do because it can give me ideas for myself, but ultimately I know myself the best, and I've traveled enough that I know what I need to feel comfortable, and some combination of these products is what does it. So I hope this was mildly interesting. You know, I've been doing a lot of packing videos this past year, and I've gotten lots of questions when I'll be back with like real actual projects. I'm really hoping to get into projects soon. I have a mini project plan coming up really soon. I'm going to talk about my blog journey first. That'll be the next video on this channel. My blog process, like how I got that up and running, because that's been highly requested. But then I'm hoping to kind of jump into some projects and stuff. Last year we did a lot of traveling, which is why it was hard for me to get to projects at home. But I have some things lined up that I'm excited to start working on, and I can't wait to share with you guys. Thank you, as always, for your support and your enthusiasm. And I would just really like to know what you guys take in your toiletry kit with you. If you have more than one kit, if you designate different kits for different things. I just think it's interesting to share. So please do, if you want to, leave a comment or tweet at me. And I will see you guys real soon with my blog journey video. And then I have a little mini project, and then hopefully some bigger projects coming up soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.